Raja? How's it? How you doing? How's the day been?
Oh man, great.
Raja?
Yeah.
This is off the airport?
Southwest. Yes.
Cool. Southwest.
Yes.
Cool. You heading back home or?
Headed back home.
Cool. Where were you visiting from?
San Francisco.
Nice. How long were you out here?
Oh, just last, what's that, 3 days?
3 days?
4 days, 3 nights.
Nice. Right on.
Yeah, just blow off the steam a little bit.
Yep, definitely. What'd you do for work?
I'm in banking compliance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is the compliance aspect of that? Like,
Doing what you're supposed to do regarding mortgages, regarding the consumers you have.
making sure people are just doing what they're supposed to do.
Bingo, just,
Okay.
you know,
Got
it's not the most sexiest job.
it.
It pays the bills, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're native?
Yeah.
Are you?
Was born and raised out here. I'm an eighth Hawaiian.
No,
Yeah.
here. Wow.
My grandmother was half Hawaiian, half Filipino.
Okay.
I never met her though. She died when my dad was like 12.
Okay.
But her mom was full Hawaiian, and then so on, so on, so on. So yeah, one of my lineages comes from here. My mom grew up in Washington State.
Okay.
I really love it up there.
Uh-huh.
We used to always vacation up there summertime
Okay.
as kids, and it's
Yeah.
gorgeous in the summer.
You got a taste of the mainland as a kid.
Oh yeah, as a
Yeah.
kid, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And I don't know, probably at some point, you know, at a younger age, I realized like this is really just a rock in the middle of the ocean. You know, there's so much more to see out in the world. Like I'm really grateful I grew up here. Like out of all the places in the world to grow up, this has definitely got to be.
One of the most incredible, unique experiences you ever
Yeah,
had.
100%. Period.
So,
Yeah. Just the love of spirit everybody has. Like
Yeah.
people are just genuine human beings
Yeah.
out here. You know,
Yeah.
like it's not all cutthroat and competitive
Right.
and just arrogant assholes. You know,
Right.
you get real, just honest people out here, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Sounds like you got a good balance on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's definitely far too expensive for me to like rationalize.
Staying here.
Yeah, staying here. Like, I mean, I'd be probably dropping $1 million for a house where, you know, I don't even have any space from my neighbors. You know, if I take a piss in the morning, they'll hear it. You know, I'm
Yeah,
like,
take a nice dump. And
right?
oh, he just dumped. I just heard it.
Yeah, and it just amazes me that like the property value is that hot out here.
Yeah.
Like, we have so much foreign investment and a lot of military guys out here, and they all got the VA loans,
Yeah.
so they're able to just drop, you know, nothing on a house, and it's
Okay.
theirs.
So you're speaking to a couple of things.
Mhm.
Two factors that have always been here, but the prices have not always been this high, right?
Right.
Military has always been out here.
Yes.
And foreign investment has always been here.
Yes.
So what's driving these prices to be so high? Because it wasn't always this high.
Right. It wasn't always as high. Like,
You think-
for example, like my parents, like we've always rented.
Okay. You didn't
and-
always rent. Okay.
And so my parents, the house we were renting in Kailua was for sale when we moved into it. Like my mom tried to make an offer for it,
Okay.
and it turned out that she actually started renting it from the people who actually bought it. They lived out on the mainland,
Gotcha.
and they were just investing into
Yeah.
a property out here. That house was about $250,000, and we rented it for about 17 years. And when we sold it, or when they told us they wanted to sell it,
Okay.
they said, "Oh, well, you guys been renting here so long, you know, you can have the first offer if you want."
Okay.
And my mom was like, "Okay, how much do you guys want?" This is $750,000. So in the two decades, it tripled, right?
Wow.
So honestly, I'm not too sure like the most recent
Yeah.
bubble or
Oh,
like.
what? Yeah.
But
housing prices are hard to determine what
yes.
caused the appreciation.
Right.
It's hard to determine.
It really is, but I don't know. It's just I think there's a lot of job opportunity out here. I don't know really what's driving it, but there's a lot of people who want to be out here.
Yeah,
That's
man.
for sure.
It's for sure.
And a lot of people will move out here and then realize it's too expensive. And after about 2-3 years of kind of slaving away to barely make it out here, they're like, okay, I need to get out. You know.
So California is the same way. It sounds very similar to, and I'm not from California, so I have a very different perspective.
Right.
I lived out there.
Right.
And you're saying something regarding the rental. I'm originally from the state of Georgia.
Okay.
It was almost kind of unheard of to find someone who's 50 years old with children renting.
Out in Georgia.
In Georgia.
Everybody owns their house.
Everybody owns a house.
And that's how it should be. Like, that's like...
But in California, I found that, I mean, just all of the time, like, my parents didn't get a house till they were like 55 years old. I was
Right.
like, wow.
Yeah. I don't think my parents will ever get a house. Like,
Yeah.
the only way they're going to is if I pretty much buy it for them.
Right, yeah. So, it's just intriguing to me to just...
kind of witness what's
witness what
going
I thought
on a
was
mass
normal.
scale, right?
I thought it was just
right.
average. To be assumed.
Right.
Maybe one apartment and then you go get your house. It's just kind of the assumption of like.
Yeah, and it's like it's just crazy that like 76% or 78% of American workers live paycheck to paycheck, and the fact that they don't own the house, and you know they're not getting anything out of it. They're working their butt off for nothing.
Or whatever.
They're like the lifestyle they are living, which you know most people aren't living the greatest of lifestyles. You know,
it's interesting. It's very intriguing. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean I'm very intrigued with it too personally.
I'm very curious about it. I don't speak negative about it, or it's because I'm not sure if there's
I don't know.
Switch to turn on to make everything right because.
Yeah, I don't think there's a switch like it, to make everything right. Right. But I'm very much like I know what the problem is.
Okay.
Like at least that's how I feel.
Okay. Tell me what the problem is.
I mean, I'm definitely more on the conspiracy theory sort of personality, and I definitely feel like America is not the greatest nation in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting to really talk to people who are, I want to use the word brainwashed and very patriotic and very much in belief of all of the social norms here in America, the American dream and all this stuff is really more of like an American nightmare.
Ooh, that is cold.
Yeah, no, I'm hella cold with it.
You are hella cold with it.
Yeah, no, honestly, because everybody, all the banks, they want you to be barely paying off your mortgage or barely paying off your bills. Like they want to get as much of your paycheck as they can. They'll loan you the money, but they want the masses paying them every single month. There's always someone profiting from our suffering. 76%, all their paychecks are gone. There's someone who's profiting from that.
So let's use that. Let's stay within that confinement.
Yes.
Let's talk it through.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the best at explaining it perfectly.
No, you are great at explaining it, man. I want to
try to understand.
I understand where you're coming. I'm actually. I think I understand where you're coming from. I want to challenge your thought.
Cool.
Okay. It is definitely in the interest of the banks to give you money. So that and it's in the interest of the banks that you pay that back.
Right.
It is not in their interest to give you money and then you forfeit or forego that house.
Right.
Okay. So that's a win-win, right? Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a win-win. The person who got the house, they're winning.
Right.
The bank that lent it, they're winning.
Okay.
If they forego or foreclose the house,
right,
it ends up being a loss.
Loss.
It's a loss for the banks too. So
yes,
it's a beautiful transaction in the context of mortgages.
Yes. It works in mortgages. Okay.
Okay.
But let's move to
Okay.
student loan debt.
Let's go.
Okay, here in America, when you sign those student loans, there is nothing on earth that will get rid of them. You are going to have to pay that no matter what. So when you sign off $200,000,
Sure.
you don't even have the ability to default on that. Like, that's not an option.
It's not an option.
You go to jail.
It's
Like,
not an option.
you get arrested. Like, there's no option. You have to pay that off.
But
And
isn't it in your interest to pay it off?
I mean, it's definitely in your interest to pay it off. That's
Okay.
what I'm trying to do, is
Right.
pay it off.
I fall in the same category.
But
School loans.
but the problem with student loans is it's not worth the value.
now we're talking.
It's
Okay.
not worth the value.
That's a different discussion because now it's not about the cancellation of the debt.
Right.
Really, it's really what you're saying is the argument made for education
Yes.
is not worth
Yes.
its value.
It is definitely not worth its value.
I think it depends on what you get your degree in.
Yes, it
number one.
does.
Okay.
For one, yes.
That is-
But for the masses, it is wrong for them to be going to college. Like, the social norm that college is going to make you successful is a complete lie. College will not make you successful. Like, that is a lie.
You mean financially successful or happy?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
I think they're two different things. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know. I think they're definitely separate.
They're two different things.
But I'm saying college is not going to guarantee financial stability, and it's also not going to guarantee happiness.
Well, nothing can guarantee happiness.
Right.
So that's our own pursuit to
Right.
find it.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe happiness comes from within.
Yeah, so
and
I'm
it's-
with you on that.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything we should be looking for any social norm
Right.
or anything to get out of the world and saying this will make you happy. That's your own personal pursuit.
Yes.
That should be your
Yeah.
own individual endeavor.
Yes. The pursuit of happiness. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
But
Go
getting
ahead.
back to the education
Back to
aspect,
the education. Yeah.
as a Lyft and Uber driver, have talked to at least 1,000 people
Yeah.
about student loan debt and college. And I've talked to doctors
Sure.
who have been working for decades,
Sure.
like 20 years,
Sure.
and still have $200,000 worth of student loan debt.
Yeah.
I've talked to engineers
Yeah.
who have $150,000, and they know there's no way they're going to be able to pay it off for the next 20, 25 years. So I've
So
spent a lot of time
Chad,
accumulating this.
I'm one of those, okay?
Right.
Honestly, I'm 70, 80, I'm sorry, 80
Okay.
grand. I'm right, it's my last bill.
Okay.
It's my last one I'm
Right.
trying to get out of this world.
Right.
Okay, so I feel the pain because I did it too.
Right.
And I'm not one of those ones who came straight out of college. I'm one of those ones who was like, oh, I think I'm going back to school at 33.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so and so I think all I'm trying to establish is this.
Yeah.
It is clearly education is like everything else, like a marriage.
Okay.
It's what you make of it.
Yes.
My formal job was I was your favorite taxpayer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's who I was.
Yeah.
I didn't deal with individuals. I dealt with businesses, but invariably I would have to deal with people, right?
Right.
So.
Right.
I can't tell you how many times I came across people who were tax professionals, CPAs, or tax attorneys representing XYZ Corporation.
Right.
And my last name is Alford, but you know that already.
Okay.
They would say, Agent Alford, I'll be honest with you. And that's when I was in Georgia, so they had a slang.
Right.
Agent Alford, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I swear I wish I could just ride that damn UPS truck and take my ass back home and ride my truck and do my hours and blah, blah, blah. But I got to run this practice. So now mind you now, they were coming to work at Mercedes-Benz.
Right.
They had a beautiful home somewhere.
Right.
Saw the car.
Right.
You know, they had great luxuries.
Right.
Luxuries.
Right.
So that opportunity was given unto them through this education.
Right.
But they were having their withdrawal moments. They were having their moments where, damn, I just wish I could just let this shit go and just drive a UPS truck.
Right.
It's still what you make it.
Yes.
It is what you make it to be.
Yes. I understand. Yes. Yes. I agree.
Yeah.
And my only thing is, just the social norm that college is going to help you in life is not true. College is hurting majority of the people that are going to college.
I'm not going to deny it's a little bit of a chicken and egg in that story of college. I have 2 children who are 25 and 22.
Uh-huh.
I told them, you need to go to college.
Okay.
Okay.
How's that turned out?
Well, it's, for me, I think it's turning out okay, but I realize the alternative is, what are you going to do?
Right. The alternative, I can answer that.
Okay.
You can do whatever the fuck you want to do in life.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Tell me, Mike.
When you're 18,
Yeah?
you have no responsibilities.
Isn't it awesome?
And yet, what is the one thing everybody does when they're 18?
More likely than not, either go around the world or they go to college. Or
Those
the military.
Are,
Or the
yeah,
military.
those are the 3 most common. Yes, you're very right. Travel, military, or college.
Yeah.
And college is such a social norm, and it's really limiting the world and the youth. Like, when you are forced to make a monthly paycheck, or you have that bill every month, you can't go travel the world anymore. You can't go do all those things with the same sort of freedom. Now you need to get a steady job so you can pay that bill. Like, when you're 18, I think it's important to travel the world.
You travel the world with no money, though. Help me out.
Okay. Yes, you need money. And yes, you can get a regular job and just save. And if you're making $10 an hour, you're making $10 an hour. If you can save $500 a month, you can save $500 a month. A couple months later, you got a couple grand.
Mm-hmm.
Then now you can go to Europe and go backpacking. You can go travel around Europe for a low cost.
I will argue you can do the same thing.
You can do it in America. You can do it anywhere.
If you got a job, I've learned a long time ago that my parents, again, I don't know if you know a lot about Atlanta. Atlanta is one of those places where black people prosper. Really? Okay, so just
nice.
Being straight there.
Yes.
Okay, so I was well aware that my parents are living upper middle class here.
Okay.
And then when I got my own family,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to live up to where they were, and I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I got to go back down.
Okay.
But my strive was constantly trying to live back up to an upper middle class.
Right. Understood.
I bit the apple. I'm trying to say.
Right.
I bit that apple.
I
but I also had a decision that I could have made and said, I don't want to live that way.
Right.
I don't want to work harder.
Right.
I don't want to. I made all those decisions.
You could have found your comfort zone and settled.
I could have found my comfort zone.
Yes.
2-bedroom house, raise my kids.
Yes.
Hey, well, it's not a lot, but we're comfortable, and then we can travel.
Right. Definitely.
But I didn't do that.
Right.
Like I got a bigger house and a BMW, and we went to Florida.
Right.
Okay.
Understood. Yes.
I made it. I made these calls.
Right, and that's the American dream.
That's
you tried to chase the American dream.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah. But what isn't it still odd? Now I know what you're saying. The American dream, these social norms.
Yes.
But it is what everybody's coming to this country for.
That's what everybody thinks they want. But like you said, it's like we're talking about happiness, and you don't need all that shit to be happy. A lot of times, most people that get all that shit, they're not happy.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why do people slave their whole life away for this idea of this lifestyle when in reality it doesn't give it to them? They're looking for.
I've never met poor happy people either, though.
You have never met happy poor people?
I've never met poor happy people.
I guarantee there's a lot of poor happy people elsewhere, not here in America.
Okay.
Like elsewhere in other countries, I haven't done much traveling. Like I haven't been out of the country. But I guarantee there's some happy people elsewhere that have nothing.
You have to explore that to see if it's true.
Yes, I'm just making a guarantee that I
like talking to you, man.
I just know it's out there. Like I know there's happy motherfuckers out there. I got nothing. I know it.
Well,
because happiness comes from within. You can have nothing and be very happy in life.
I can tell you where I am now, and this is the honest God truth.
Yeah.
I live in a 700 square foot apartment in San Francisco with one couch. I am a minimalist.
Yes.
I am the happiest guy I've ever been in my life.
See?
But I had to go through various trials
To get there.
to get there.
Yes.
So I think what I'm ultimately saying also is that while it is your story
Yeah.
and it is my story,
Yeah.
everyone has to live according to their story.
Yes. Yes.
And let America be America, because America gives you an opportunity to fall on your flat ass, or you can rise to the highest of heights. Not every place gives you that opportunity.
That's true.
Not every place gives you. It gives you the opportunity to be as free and dumb or free and smart as you want to be. Not every place can give you that. So thank God for that liberty that I had to say, I'm going to strive for the top. Shit is not all that. I'm going, I mean, I just took a nice little vacation, no drama.
Right.
You know, and going back home to a 700 square foot apartment.
Yeah. And I like what you're saying to me. Like, we all have our destiny, or we all have our lives to live. We all have this, play to play out.
Right.
And
it's a good way to say the play to play out. Yeah.
And what's interesting is, like, you talk about minimalist and being happy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who live that minimalist life and are very happy.
Very happy.
Personally, that's the life I want to live in the near future. I want to see everything west of Colorado. I want to get like a Tacoma, get a cab on the back, set up a bed, get all the gear. I can go, set up tents and camp out in the wilderness and just see the world.
Yeah, see the world.
Explore that. And I know I'm going to be super happy doing that.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah. It'll happen for you, man. I'm sure that's what you're doing. You're making it happen now, right?
Yeah, like I'm grinding, Lyft and Uber, I'm working what I need to work to pay off my student loan debt. Once that's paid off, saving up. Yeah. And once I get like the money saved up, once, all my debts are taken care of, like that's freedom.
That's freedom. I'm looking for it.
Like I'm already happy genuinely right here, right now. Being who I am, where I'm at, I love it. Like I love my entire past.
Yeah.
And I love where I'm at now.
I can tell you
And I love where my future is going to be.
Yeah.
Like I do feel like I have a grasp of my destiny.
Yeah.
And I just really have a big passion and calling to help the youth avoid the trap.
But what if the trap is the necessity to get to where you are, which is this explosion of joy? What if that's the truth? What is that's the truth? What is that? The trap is the necessity. You got to get muddy before you can go, oh my God, I love my life.
Okay, yes, I feel that. I feel that. I do. I'm not gonna say that's not true, but I'm gonna say most people don't have the perspective, mindset, vibration that me and you are holding right now.
But they'll get it because you didn't always have it either. I didn't always have it.
Right.
The struggle, the fucking anger, like fuck you, and stop the blaming. And I was like, you know what? I gotta take control of my life.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's not about you, ex-wife. It's not about this.
Yeah.
And so it's to try to take away the pathway. It's almost like, how do you think they're gonna get there? Because how did you get there?
Right. It's interesting. I've kind of felt that, like, yeah, student loans is like forcing you to level up.
Oh, it fucking checks you, man. I got this $80,000. I'm looking at it every damn day. I'm like, this shit puts a check in my life.
Right? Like, I'm required to work, what I need to work in order just to pay this off.
I'm like, this shit.
But once that's paid off, it's like, now it's like, I've done what I needed to do to pay that off. Now this is extra money. Now this is money I can save.
See, you may not appreciate it. I do. All this that you're developing by the grind, the discipline, the determination. I'm getting this shit off my back. You don't get that when you've been fed everything.
I feel it.
You just don't.
I feel it. That's true.
You don't get it. You don't get it. Trust me. I got a 25-year-old. I'm like, God damn it, I fucked up in this area. So,
You don't. Bro, I enjoyed talking to you,
Me
man.
too.
I love your spirit, bro.
Me too.
I
love
love
your spirit. I really appreciate it.
I love your spirit.
And honestly, you definitely helped me get a certain perspective
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. Well, I got the consent. He said it's cool. So I might be using that footage. That was a great conversation.